It's been a long mid-season break. We were left with Oliver Queen stabbed and thrown from the mountain top. Starling City is without its hero, as Oliver Queen is dead. And with Oliver gone, how would the rest of the team fare without their leader? Let's face it, we all know that Oliver will be back sometime in the near future, but until then, who else will step up to the plate and help quell the enemies throughout Starling City? Welcome to the top 5 moments of the episode, followed by the overall verdict.
You think I'm in denial?
I think 4 days ago, Oliver challenged the world's greatest assassin to a duel.
He survived Lianyu.
Watching on, you see Felicity is clearly in denial about the possibility of Oliver losing the duel against Raz. Diggle attempts to get through to her, to make her be ready for the possibility that Oliver just isn't coming back. Not this time.
It's just I'm preparing myself for the possibility that things didn't go Oliver's way.
Please, Oliver, where are you?
Smart man. Nobody thinks about going for a headshot.
It looks like we have a new bad guy in town. Vinnie Jones guest stars as Danny Brickwell, as the team look to take down this powerhouse without their leader by their side.
We will make history. Together, we are going to take over the Glades.
As one by one, each member of the team is losing their faith and pondering whether or not to continue without Oliver. But there was one person that decided it was time to honour another fallen memory.
Who the hell are you?
I'm the justice you can't run from.
The news that Felicity and the others didn't want to hear arrived in the form of Malcolm Merlin and the sword that remained from the duel. As Malcolm says, it's Raz's custom to leave behind the weapon to honour the fallen, which meant one thing, and one thing only.
You'll be left with one inescapable truth, that Oliver Queen is dead.
Oliver, what you've done, I will be forever in your debt.
In the flashbacks, we see Maceo pledge his debt to Oliver for helping him begin to track down his wife. The man to find Oliver's body down the mountainside was Maceo, keeping his pledge to Oliver all these years on, when his old friend needed it the most.
How? I asked her to come here, so she could bring you back to life.
My overall verdict for this week's episode of Arrow is a 9 out of 10. This week's episode was certainly a change in dynamic than we're used to watching, seeing as Oliver had minimal screen time in this episode due to him, well, being dead and all. It gave this episode time to shine a light on the other members of the team that haven't had as much screen time as you would have wanted. The two that I'm most talking about are Roy and Diggle, who were heavily more involved as they took on the mantle of fighting the crime head on in the absence of Oliver, whilst Felicity wasn't being her usual self. She was broken and desperate to believe that Oliver was still alive, but that belief was crushed once Malcolm delivered the sword, and the truth hit her hard.
You killed him.
You are right. And I will live with that guilt for the rest of my days.
Laurel made her official debut as the Black Canary, suiting up to honour her sister's memory just when the vigilantes in Starling were hitting an all-time low. She only had one brief scene, mind you, but expect with Oliver still not around, for Lowell to be suiting up more so than not in the coming episodes. And speaking of Oliver, he didn't stay dead for long. I must admit I wasn't expecting Oliver's revival to happen so soon after his demise. The flashback scene with Maceo was perfectly placed to allow us to know why Maceo was saving Oliver's life in the first place, and it became apparent when that door opened. Tatsu was alive, and in the present somewhere in the snowy mountains. That was where Maceo took Oliver, and in truth, for now, we aren't sure how Oliver was revived in the first place, and I guess we'll have to wait till next week to find out that specific minute detail. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you next week.
I asked her to come here so she could bring you back to life.